The answers and the solutions we carry in life are determined by the questions we ask in our minds. The quality of the questions we ask largely determine the quality of the answers we get. And do you know something? Your thoughts create your future. Hi, my name is Emmanuel Tumie. Once again, let me welcome you to today's episode. And if you have followed us on this channel, you realize that NexGen Pulse is dedicated to empowering young professionals, young entrepreneurs, and young, leaders of Africa. And the focus is to build their capacity and help them to sharpen their leadership skills and competencies for a better tomorrow, primarily a better Africa. And today I want us to look at one very important subject, which is titled, Your Thoughts Create Your Future. And I'm sure this is a begging question, and everybody will say, but this is obvious. Yes, it may be obvious. Now, if you look at the scriptures in the Bible talks about, as a man thinks, so is he. And that's true. That is absolutely true. So if you have not yet understood that principle, that concept, please, I want you to know that your thoughts create your own future. And that is a subject matter that we are going to be talking about right now. I wrote a book titled Miracle of the Mind and Excellence is a Choice. Now, what are you going to learn on this episode? Now, one of the critical things we're going to learn on this episode is that you are going to learn about the fact that this thing God has given us called the mind is so powerful that every young African must know how to protect it and how to tap into its miraculous power. That's why I wrote a book titled The Miracle of the Mind a couple of years ago. How to shape your destiny by taking control of your thinking pattern. Please, this book, I recommend it for you. And the link is in the description. Please click on that link and go and get your own copy, the PDF version. Download it on your tablet, and please take your time and digest this book, because it's going to be revolutionary in your own life. So you are going to understand that whatever future you desire, whatever project you want to do, whatever destiny you want to create, I guarantee you, it's already waiting for you. It is waiting for you. So the question is not whether you can achieve it or not. The question is, how prepared are you to take control of your thinking pattern to be able to achieve that? So what you are going to learn is primarily that the future you are looking for is also waiting for you. I mean it. When you look at anybody who has succeeded in anything in any entire world, anywhere on the globe, it is not something that just happened accidentally. Success is not accidental. It is programmed by taking control of your thinking pattern. And that is what I'm going to be sharing with you today on this episode. Why? The power that signals success is the power of your mind. That is how God has programmed this mind. Did you know that when God put Adam in the Garden of Eden, everything that today you can name, whatever title you want to give it, God did not name it. He gave it to Adam to name. And he told Adam, whatever you call it, that's what it's going to be. And that's true. Everything, the future you are looking for is also waiting for you. How are you going to prepare your mind to attract it? It's called the power of imagination as well. But today we're going to go beyond the power of imagination. So let's zoom into it. Let me say this again. Everything that is once existed in the form of thoughts. Everything that is once existed in the form of thoughts and ideas. This microphone I'm using was once in the mind of somebody. This laptop I'm using was once in the mind of somebody. The tablet you are using was once in the mind of somebody. Listen to me. Great inventions, the car we sit in, was once in the mind of somebody. This suit I'm wearing was once in the mind. In fact, if I ask the question, when is the best time to build a house? What would be your answer? When is the best time to build a house? I'm not going to answer it for you, but keep thinking about it. When is the best time to build a house? Is it when you have bought a land? Is it when the plan is designed? Is it when? When is the best time to build a house? And I'm telling you, the best time to build a house is when the entire house is completed in the mind. Oh, yes. If you brought an architect and sat in front of you, you have to describe the kind of house you want, for him to draw it, put it on paper for you. So the best time to build a house is when the house is already completed, built in your mind. That's how life is. Because everything that exists today was once invincible. Your thought is your conveying belt into the world of reality. That's how God designed you. The difference between us human beings and animals is that we have a mind that facilitates whoever we want to become. This studio I'm sitting in now, when we wanted to build this studio, I needed to tell the people, describe what kind of studio I wanted before they were able to set it up for us. So your mind, please don't waste it. It is a conveying belt. And once you can manage that conveying belt, whatever you're looking for can become a reality. If you want success, you've got to think of yourself as a success first. Because then your thought can bring into being, into reality, what you are looking for. That is the basis. So I'm going to share with you some principles, some steps that you are going to have to go through in order to control this mind to deliver unto you what you are looking for. But listen, Henry Ford made a very interesting statement. Henry Ford, I'm sure you've heard of Henry Ford, the one that manufactured Ford car. When he started, in those years, nobody had thought about, how to drive a car or anything like that. He just conceived the idea. And he said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. If you have two people and one says, I can, and the other person says, I cannot, when they are given the same problem, Henry Ford says, either of them is right. Why? Because it is the mind that determines the answer to a problem. So I don't know what the current situation you are faced with, but whatever it is, please understand this. Your mind is so powerful that you don't have to downplay it. There is nothing on this earth that you cannot have once you have mentally accepted the fact that you can have it. And that is true. As a man thinketh, so is he. You know what God said when they started building the Tower of Babel? He said, these people, whatever they imagine, they can achieve it unless I break their focus. What that means is that whatever situation we find ourselves in as Africans, what we need is how to develop this mind, and that mind will deliver it to us. Look at Elon Musk, was born in South Africa. Today, everything, Elon Musk is considered to be the richest man on earth, $1 trillion. But nothing about Elon Musk happened until he sat down to think about it. That's how it is, my friend. So it is not about where you are born. It's not about whether your parents are rich or not, or whether they are successful or not. You can be born into a rich home, but if your mind is that bankrupt, that wealth of your family, your parents, will not amount to anything. So what I'm urging you to do today is that begin to nurture your mind with great thoughts, because you can if you think you can. Don't allow your mind to be wasted. Be careful what you feed into this mind, because then that becomes the fertilizer of the mind's growth. So let me share with you some steps that can help you to use your mind to create the future that you want. So the question is, how do you create your own future with your thoughts, your own thoughts? And I'm going to share you some few steps. Number one, maintain a growth mindset. If you really want to use your mind to develop and to create your future that you want, the first step, and when I talk about steps, steps are instead of using the elevator or the lift, you go through steps one step at a time. It's like laying blocks. Laying blocks. That's what I'm talking about here. So the first step is that for you to become the great person that you're looking for in the future, the first step you must take is that maintain a growth mindset. When I talk about a growth mindset, we have growth mindset and we have closed mindset. There are certain people who believe that wherever they come from, whatever their destiny is already determined. They were born into a village, and therefore they can never rise up to become something great. They were born into poverty, and so they will die poor. No, that should not be your choice. Open up. Keep an open mind. A growth mindset is a mind that opens up to new ideas, new challenges, new information. So, a growth mindset maintains an open mind that allows ideas to flow in and out. They don't say this is what I've learned and therefore this is where I'm going to be. No, they have what I call intellectual humility. They embrace new thoughts. They embrace new ideas. And so if you are going to be in the position to use your mind to deliver unto you the future that you are looking for, I urge you, please, I urge you, maintain a growth mindset. When you maintain a growth mindset, the world opens up itself to you. The things that you are looking for, your mind will bring them to you. Do you know why? Everything you are looking for is waiting for you. That's how God has programmed the universe. Listen, this universe we are living in here is not by chance. Oh. Everything is by rules, procedures, principles, and laws. You cannot be on a very high, building, maybe the 10th floor, and say, as for you, you can pray and jump and just get on the lower floor and nothing will happen to you. If you violate that law, the law of gravity, you will die, you will break your neck. And before you find yourself, before you think you say, Jack, you're on the other side of the earth. You'll be at the cemetery. I'm telling you. So please understand that if you want to become somebody great, live by principles, live by laws. That is the first step. The first step that you need, maintain a growth mindset. Number two, step two, develop a questioning mind. I'm taking my time. Please take your time, make notes. Growth mindset, open up, allow yourself to embrace new ideas. Read, okay? Don't just say, I did a science. I don't want to know anything about history. No, open up your mind and embrace different things. Because that's how you grow your mind. That's how you grow your mind. Number two, step two, develop a questioning mind. In other words, what I'm talking about here is that every successful person that you can think of, are people who have questioning minds. They have an inquiry mind. They don't just accept things as they are. They love using questions to stimulate their subconscious minds, particularly lofty questions. Questions that enable their mind to align with positivity or positivism. So, for example, instead of asking, why am I like this? Why am I in this crisis? Why is this crisis happening to me? No, they'll tweak it and ask the question, what lesson can I pick up from this crisis? That's why I did a video recently and I've titled it, Failure is a Curriculum. That's the title I gave to the video. Why? You can bounce back from every situation that you find yourself in if you consider that situation as a classroom. Because every situation in life is a classroom. The question is, are you ready to make yourself a student, to learn the lessons that that particular scenario is trying to teach you? So, people who are successful in this world are not people who are passive individuals. They are people who are proactive, and their proactivity It stands from, emanating from the fact that they are asking questions all the time. All the time. It is said that, I think Thomas Edison, I think it's Edison. Edison, will go to bed with a ball in his hand, and then he will put a metal, below him. And so therefore, when he's sleeping, of course, when he's sleeping, the ball will drop down. And as soon as the ball drops down and hits the metal, then he wakes up. When he wakes up, then he begins to ask many, many questions. Why did this happen the way it is? Why did the ball fall down? Why was the noise made? And stuff like that. If you really want to succeed in this world, have an inquiry mind. Don't just accept anything that comes to you. It's only, unfortunately, in Africa that sometimes parents don't even want their children to ask questions. No, don't stifle the creativity of your children. Allow them to ask questions. The answers and the solutions we carry in life are determined by the questions we ask in our minds. Look, I wrote this book a couple of years ago as well. It's titled Excellence is a Choice. Now, in this book, you come to find out that I've said in this book, just like the miracle of the mind, the quality of the questions we ask largely determine the quality of the answers we get. And do you know something? The quality of the answers you get is what shapes your life. Because your life rotates around what you know. And what you know is also determined by the questions that you are going to ask in this world. So the second step you need, if you want to use your mind to change your destiny and to create a better tomorrow for yourself, don't just accept anything that happens to you. Ask questions, and that is going to help you. Step number 3, develop a burning desire for your great future. Listen to me. Your dreams can become a reality only when the desires you have transforms them into concrete action. What do I mean by this? If you say you want to have a glass, but you are not willing to go the extra mile, you are not motivated, you are not inspired to go after this thing no matter the obstacles, then that desire is not a burning desire. Napoleon Hill wrote The Think and Grow Rich. One of the principles he teaches in that book is that if you really want to see a better tomorrow, have a burning desire. A burning desire. A desire that will not let you sleep. A desire that will let you forgo everything else in pursuit of that particular desire. Do you have that burning desire? What dream do you carry? What ideas do you have on your mind? How passionate are you about that idea? And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, if you are passionate about it, then when you ask life for great gifts, you are willing to encourage life to deliver them to you, then you move to the level where you become proactive. Because when you ask life for anything, and life realizes that you have a burning desire to get what you are looking for, believe you me, life will deliver it to you. In the Bible, it talks about the woman who went to a judge to ask for a solution for judgment. And the Bible said that this woman who kept knocking and disturbing the judge unto a point where the judge said, listen, let me just do it for this woman so that I can have my peace. Listen to me, men and women that have burning desires, they don't take no for an answer. So what am I saying? If you really want to see your dreams come true, don't just throw in the towel at the least opportunity. Have a burning desire towards the pursuit of that dream. Step number 4, believe in the principle of conception. Now, what does it mean here? Listen, there are many of us who are always in haste. We lack patience. We behave like somebody who plants a seed today and expect the seed to germinate, and then we begin to have harvest overnight. Life doesn't work like that. Every great idea has to go through a period of incubation in the mind of the person before being exposed. Hear me. Every great person you see today was once an invincible person before they became unforgettable. Because the idea you carry can never make you great overnight. Do you know how many years it took Edison to give us the electric bulb or the fluorescent, the lights that we are using today? It is said that he went through so many experiments. What about Abraham Lincoln, became the president of America? He failed and failed and failed over several times, yet he never gave up. Why? Because he conceived an idea, and no matter the external realities, he kept holding on that idea, nurtured it in his mind, and then until he became the president. My friend, listen to me. Conception always precedes planning, implementation, and actualization. So be patient with your dream. Be patient with the thought and allow it to go through a process. I've said it many times. Life is regulated by laws, principles, procedures, and processes. So allow your dream, the idea that you have, to go through all that processes, and you'll be amazed what will happen to you. Now, ask yourself more questions than you'll be asked by others. Don't wait for people to ask you. Isolate yourself from the crowd. Put yourself in some sort of isolated, environment and ask questions. Nurture it in your mind. Interrogate your own idea. Try and turn it around in your mind before you start implementing it. And you'll be amazed that when you stay long enough at the conception stage and ask the relevant questions, you can conceive and you can achieve what you are dreaming about. So again, don't be in haste. Allow what you are thinking about to become your reality. Number 5, step 5, picture your way to success. How many times do you wake up in the morning and stand in front of the mirror and speak to yourself a language or words that are at variance with what you are seeing around yourself? Sometimes, how do you get up and tell yourself, I'm going to fly an aeroplane, I'm going to travel abroad, I'm going to become successful, when in reality, your circumstances do not even permit, does not show anything like that. You don't even have a passport, but you are telling yourself, listen to me, picture your way to success. You must clearly see a thing in your mind before you can take action and achieve it. If you can't see it in your mind, you can never achieve it. And that's the fact. If you can't see it in your mind, you can never achieve it. So what am I saying? Vision is the art of seeing things invisible that are invisible to other people. Vision is the art of seeing things that are invisible to other people. When God told Abraham, come out of your father's house and, look down there. As far as your eyes can see, I've given it to you. And I'm just asking myself, what was Abraham looking at? What was he seeing? Listen to me, guys. Whatever you want in life, don't wait for it to come before you start seeing it in your life. Picture your way to success. When you wake up, tell yourself what you want to see in your life. Speak into your own life. Because when you speak it, your mind picks it up. Your subconscious mind picks it up. And it will deliver to you over time. Step number 6, translate it on paper. Whatever you want to see in your life, write it on paper. You know what the Bible says? It said, write the vision down, make it plain. Write the vision down. The more you write your vision down, the point is that the writing process enables you to fine-tune the processes of bringing that dream into reality. If you cannot translate it well on paper, then what you are thinking about can never be achieved. So write it down. The documentation process helps you to improve upon your idea. So write it down. Don't wait to see it before. Step number 7. Know that most ideas seem impossible at first before they become possible. That is a point that everybody must understand. Please, the fact that you start the thing, whatever you want to have today, and you are not getting it today, doesn't mean that you can't have it tomorrow. You can, because it goes through a process. A lot of times, people throw in the towel at the least resistance. Hey, don't do that. Nobody gets it first. Nobody gets it right at the first attempt. Only few people, maybe the geniuses. But for majority of us, we have to keep at it over and over and over and over before we can get it right. So your idea will come to pass, but it may not be at your own terms. Please accept it and be patient, for the idea will come to pass. The word impossibility contains the word possibility. Did you know that? So therefore, even in the dictionary, the word possibility, the word possible can always be derived from the word impossibility. And in the dictionary, the word impossible always precedes the word possible. So you can, but allow the process to fine-tune your idea so that it can become a reality unto you. Nothing is workable the first time. Okay? Step 8, invest time to think about your ideas. Now, listen, time is one of the precious things that God has given to all of us. Worthwhile achievements require a great deal of time. So, if you do not have the time to allow your ideas to nurture, to become great, then you're not going to see your future becoming a reality. Inventions are always discovered over a long period of time. This book that I've recommended for you, it didn't just happen. It took time for me to be able to translate it to become what it is today. So your mind will give you what you are looking for, but please allow that idea time for it to become a reality. Okay? Then point number 9, develop inner strength. Have the inner capacity. There'll be challenges. My friend, I'm telling you, there'll be challenges. I'm speaking to you like this. Some of you might think that, oh, but this is cool chop. I mean, I can then sit with my no. Listen to me. Life does not happen like that. There'll be challenges. There'll be tough times. There'll be difficult moments. But guess what? Every difficult moment is asking you a question. How badly do you need what you are looking for? How much are you willing to pay the price to get what you are looking for? You get the point? So make a commitment to your dream, to the idea that you have, and you will move mountains. I'm telling you the truth. Make a commitment to the idea that you have, to pursue it no matter the difficulties. And I'm telling you, every idea that has dropped into your mind, you can achieve it. You can achieve it. I'm telling you the gospel truth. You can achieve it. Why? Effort would only release the reward of your idea to you after you refuse to quit. You know, I read the autobiographies of some people, and sometimes I ask myself, why would a man put himself through such a process, such painful moments, just to achieve one dream? And I get the answer. The answer is simple. Without inner strength, without tenacity, without persistence, nothing will work. You know how many days God worked? He worked 6 days. The creator of the universe, 6 solid days. Why? He kept at it. He kept at it. He kept at it. He kept at it. My friend, you can become who you want to be, but you are going to have to develop inner strength. Nothing happens per chance. Persistence is key to achieving the impossible. And so therefore, if you don't tell yourself you have to stay at it, a lot of times people throw in the towel just at the point where you're about to make a strike. I mean, look at the sculptor. Can you imagine the sculptor begins to hit a stone? The first stroke, he takes his hammer, pam, nothing happens. Sometimes 100 times, and nothing is showing. People are passing it, they are wondering, why is this sculptor wasting his time? But you see, the sculptor is seeing something in the rock that nobody else is seeing. Can you imagine after the 100th stroke, the sculptor said, well, this bird I'm trying to carve out of this stone is not coming out, so I'm leaving. But guess what? The 101 stroke, we begin to see the bird emerging. It is not the 101 stroke alone, but the accumulation of all the 100 stroke plus that one. that did the trick. So please, don't throw in the towel at the least resistance. Develop inner strength, and you are going to be able to achieve what you want to achieve. Finally, focus on the dream. Focus, focus, and focus. Too many people allow certain things to break their focus. Listen to me, there is power in focus. We gradually become what we continually think about. It's called focus. In the Asian world, the Asian countries, they do meditation. I call it meditational prayer or reflective prayer. Sometimes sit still. I like to put off the light and I sit still and I reflect. I play my dream over and over and over and over and over in my head just to understand all the sides of the dream. Listen to me. Remain focused on your dream. Never allow anything to break your focus. Because you see, one of the easiest things that can break your focus is allowing social media and everything comparisons with your. No. Don't. No. Close your mind to everything and remain focused. Because if you remain focused, you can achieve it. Listen, the failure of every man is traceable to something he allows to break his focus on a daily basis. And that's the truth. The only thing that would deny you attaining your dream is what you allow to break your focus. So what am I saying? Your mind has the capacity to deliver unto you what you want to become. But that will not become a reality unless you resist any attempt to break your focus. Remember, everything in this world is possible if and only if you remain focused. So therefore, what am I saying to you, ladies and gentlemen? Maintain your focus. Keep your eyes on what you want. Don't look on the left. Don't look on the right. Keep your eyes on the ball. And if you can do that, your mind will deliver to you what you are aiming at, the target that you are looking for. Why? Because your mind can create the future that you are looking for. And I urge you to keep at it. You can go back to your nose and over and over and over. And please, don't throw in the towel. Don't lose hope. Because God has given you a mind that has the capacity to give you what you are looking for. All you need is just one simple idea. And that idea can turn your life around. Once again, thank you for watching. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and share the link with as many people as possible. My name is Emmanuel Detumi. It's been a pleasure coming your way. See you another time.